You know that who you hang out with and surround yourself with can literally change your brain and who you are. This isn't just some motivational quote. There's actual neuroscience behind this. You see, your brain is constantly making social comparisons, even when you don't realize it. It's sizing you up against the people around you. If you're around someone who's more disciplined, more skilled, or just doing something you admire, your brain's reward system lights up. But it can also activate pain circuits, like when you feel left behind or not good enough. And that discomfort isn't just emotional, it's neuro, and it often pushes people to improve or adapt. In addition to that, your brain has something called the mirror neuron system. Basically, when you see someone doing something meaningful, like starting a business or crushing a workout or learning a language, your brain fires as if you were doing it. And that's the part why motivation is contagious. And it doesn't stop there. The mirror system connects with parts of your brain that assign value. So suddenly, the things they care about start to feel more important to you too. And it literally shifts your goals. And then there's your medial prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that's involved in how you see yourself. What's wild is that when you're close to someone or aspire to be like them, your brain starts to overlap your identity with theirs. And that's why your environment matters so much. And finally, there's interpersonal synchrony. And think of it as real-time brain-to-brain alignment. When you're talking with someone you admire, your brain activity starts syncing with theirs. And that social alignment actually boosts learning and motivation. It's not magic, it's just your brain being incredibly social and adaptive. In the end, this isn't some post about only hanging out with successful people. It's about being intentional with your environment. The people who challenge you, inspire you, and make you want to grow, they're actually shaping your brain in powerful and often invisible ways.
Shalom, Kahalayam La Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Waharakakurash, Damlanas of the Apostles, Bishops and Elders of GMS who rule well, who I learned this truth from, and salutations and blessings to you elect out there, starting with 144,000. So this is a quick lesson on pretty much what the scripture says, what that man, the Dr. Bing, just said, right? He said pretty much who you associate with influences you in more ways than one. Right, it's actually very important who you hang out with, right? Who you choose to spend time with. Okay, and there goes that word spend or pay, right? Just like you pay attention, it takes resources, so you have to be careful and be mindful who you choose to be around. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. Right? NLT reads, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. Right? So bad company corrupts good character. You know, younger brothers hear about the balance of, you know, having friends in the world if they benefit you, right? Making friends of the mammon of this world. Be in peace with all men if possible, or live in peace with all men if possible, right? Paul said that in the book of Romans. So you hear that, but there is a balance, man, right? If something is not serving you, majority of these people have nothing to offer you, period, right? That's just one thing we have to get out of the way. That's a heavy lift right there. A majority of people have nothing to offer you. So you have to be really careful, especially in these times, these perilous times, where knowledge is going to be very scarce, right? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it's becoming scarce already. Okay, with AI and different protocols and laws that they're passing, okay, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will be no more soon, right? Let me get one more, right? This is Proverbs 13 and 20. It says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Right? NLT reads, walk with the wise and become wise, associate with fools and get in trouble. And that's point blank period, man. Right? So if you have no business dealing with certain people, I don't care if it's your family, right, your closest associates, your friends, which when you come into truth, majority of brothers put away everybody. You so-called red pill rage, right? You red pill rage, and you put away certain people, and then you learn the balance. And then sometimes you have to relearn the balance because brothers go off, about, oh, I can deal with this person, I can deal with that. And the demons start, like brothers forget it's a spiritual battle sometimes. So them demons and spirits, they start messing with you. And you're wondering why. Well, because you're associating yourself too frequently, you know, with the with the outsiders, with the profane, pretty much. Right? These people have not given their soul and spirit to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They have not confessed in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For better or worse, they're more or less they're pretty much in the spirit of an antichrist, and that's dangerous, man. Okay, let me get this in the Apocrypha, Sirach 6:6. Be in peace with many, right? And that's facts. Be in peace with many. Be in peace with your neighbor. All right. Be in peace with Steve across the street. Be in peace with the next guy. He mows your lawn one week, you mow his lawn. Be in peace with certain people, man, and really everybody if you can. Right? We're not set up as zealots. We're not set up as tough guys, brawlers. We live in a country, first of all, Canada. Canada is a place where anybody can sue you for damn near anything. Okay? You want to make sure that you choose your words right, you move in a correct manner. Now let's get this in the NLT, or GNT. It says, oh sorry, Slacky, I didn't even finish it. Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Now in the GNT it says, let those who are friendly with you be many, but let your advisors be 1 in 1,000. Man, some people get advice. Some brothers get advice from people in the world. You should not be getting advice from people in the world. They should be in the spirit. They should be getting advice from you. If you notice people asking you more things and asking you questions, you're the counselor. Okay, you're the judge. You're the priest. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of confession. But people come at you sometimes with confessions. Random people right? But you should not be asking people for anything, man. These people are lost. You look at them, you look at their eyes for a minute, you can see that, there's not too much going on. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety, right? A lot of BS, a lot of bullshit, a lot of masking, right? It says, when you gain friends, gain them through testing and do not trust them hastily. Now, let me get, right? So I asked ChatGPT the same thing pretty much. Human brains adapt to social environments through neuroplasticity. Repeated exposure to people, good, bad, or neutral, can change neural wiring, hormone patterns, and thought habits. See, everything I just read in the scriptures, man. Proverbs, Solomon was mentioning it, right? About be a companion of wise men, thou shalt be wise. Because you're going to motivate each other. Iron sharpens iron. Okay? If I'm training for a fight, I'm going to be around fighters. You're in fight camp. You're not around your family. That's why a lot of guys, they leave the smart guys, they leave their family. All right, for 8 weeks. They go to training camp. They might video call them, hey, honey, blah, blah, blah. Talk to them, let me see the baby. Right? But they're not around their family. Some guys bring their whole family. That's a big no-no. You're around comfort. You're still around that warm feeling. You need to be around fighters, man. Fighters that are coming up, preferably. The guys that got that drive and hunger, because you're going to sharpen each other. You're not going to be talking about BS. You're going to be, after when you're recovering, when you're eating, you're going to be talking about, yo, that was a good shot in sparring camp. I like that technique. Oh, I got to do this. I got to work on this. You're just going to be talking about things that are just going to grow your fight IQ, for lack of a better expression. Same thing in this truth. I want to be around men whose goals, is salvation, man, to make it the hell out of here. So we're going to do the things that Yahushua told us to do, right? It says social reinforcement. Social reinforcement changes dopamine and serotonin signaling, making certain behaviors feel more or less rewarding. Stress chemistry, being around hostile or anxious people, can keep cortisol high, reshaping how the brain handles threat and trust. That's why a lot of you people, you're just in fight or flight mode. You're bugged out, man. You're all tense, And the crazy thing about it is you got comfortable in your tenseness. That's your safety net. That's why a lot of women are bugged out. They're safe. They think their relationship is good. Everything's amazing when there's chaos and drama and a bunch of madness going on. You know, it's not real love if there's not blood going down my face, or I got a coconut head, or my man slaps me in the head because they're comfortable in chaos. A lot of you people, you're hanging around with people who bring drama because you're addicted to drama. And it's actually bringing so much bullshit in your life. You post those little things on Twitter and your Instagram stories and your Snapchats. Yeah, another year. God, God's gonna help me. I'm good. This is my year. Leave toxic people alone. And then you're going around a bunch of toxic people, man. You got parasites, man. It says identity shifts over time, values, vocabulary, and even moral boundaries often align with the dominant group you interact with. Now, check this. There was a study I seen years ago about gut microbiome, right? Your microbiome in your gut, right? Your good and bad bacteria. The bacteria of your body, where they call your gut the second brain. I asked, does gut microbiome interact with other people in the same room as you? Yes. Air in shared spaces contains skin flakes, respiratory droplets, and microscopic fecal dust, all carrying bacteria, fungi, and viruses. I can see why the Lord just said, yo, don't be around heathens, man. And he gave us a diet to be clean around ourselves. Nobody, listen, man, when we're with the brothers, man, it's a blessing. I know nobody's eating pork, shrimp, okay? Brothers don't got ill will, right? Bad intentions, negative thoughts against each other, right? The Lord cleaned us up with our diet, with our thinking. These people, you're around people eating pork, lobster, shrimp, oyster, catfish. Got a bunch of bugged out spirits on them, right? And they're interacting with each other too. So that's why it's crazy, man. The subway is crazy, bro. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna throw that out there. The subway is crazy, bro. It says each person microbial cloud. Each person emits a unique cloud of microbes into the air, detectable within hours. Environmental seeding microbes settle on surfaces where others can pick them up via touch or inhalation. Skin and respiratory transfer. Close proximity increases exchange through breathing, speaking, and shedding skin cells. So your gut microbe isn't directly talking to theirs in real time, but the microbial system you live in, including others' emissions, can influence which microbes colonize or compete in your gut. See? All right. Now let me get this one more scripture. So the scriptures are right, man. It's only so-called science, I'm saying that in quotation, science, that is catching up with the scriptures, man. This is Sirach 13:1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. See? Point blank, man. It's the same. It's like a mirror scripture of the one in Proverbs I read. So let's get that in the G&T. If you touch tar, it will stick to you. And if you keep company with arrogant people, you will come to be just like them, right? Because you're going to start doing the things they do. You're going to start talking like how they talk, right? And they show you that in movies, man, like high school movies or certain movies where there's a group of friends and then one friend starts hanging out with a bunch of different friends, and then he comes back and they're like, why are you acting like this? You're acting weird. This isn't you. Who are you? I don't know this guy. It's use that example, brothers, right? You can get like that in this truth. Hanging around certain people, then coming around the brothers, you have a whole different spirit on you. It's important to know the value of the brotherhood, man. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Because certain brothers, they prophesy on their own. Certain brothers wish there was a camp where they are. Certain brothers have been praying for brothers to come into the camp. It's a blessing and a privilege to be in the camp, man. And to work within that, to make sure everything is running smoothly, that takes work. It takes patience, sacrifice. Okay, not getting beside yourself, turning the other cheek, applying the principles that Yahushua told us. Right? Anyway, I hope you're edified with that. Shalom.